First of all, it's needed to be said this is based on my personal opinion, and tier lists are stupid, and even with the whole brains, every single brain on the planet, it cannot be perfect to sort it. So just don't take it seriously. I'm here just to talk about healers, not actually place them onto the bottom, and you should never play it. So let's start. And I will do for M plus and raid separately. So let's start with M plus, and I have very easy starting. Shaman is going there. I'm even judging from last season, and they didn't change much. The new set is a little bit worse for damage, and not sure if it's a little bit worse for M plus. I tried the new build with the set, and it's really performing real well. Not not much to be said about the new 4-piece. It's kind of meh, but it's still working. I would take the other one because it's increasing also the damage. The new one is increasing only the heal. But for Shaman M plus, he has shortest interrupt, he has bloodlust, he has many utilities like movement speed, spirit link. A very huge thing is he's increasing health of people health by 10%. That is very huge if you need to survive some bigger hit, mainly on the high keys, obviously. And you just don't mind where his group is standing, similar like Druid. Druid really want you to stand in circle. Shaman a little bit less. With the new build, they can be spread anywhere, and your chain heal is just hitting everything. So just amazing, because in new M plus there were probably a lot of ranged DPS, so it's much harder to hit them with AoEs and frontals and stuff like that. And obviously, there's Shaman placement in the S is as damage. Shaman is still hitting a lot. Even if you are putting a less balance to damage, more to healing, Shaman are still pumping. And in this new content, you need to heal a little bit more, so but any healer can do that. Other things is just utilities and your damage, because for pushing, obviously, you need interrupts, you need CCs, you need everything you can get. Just healing is not pure enough if somebody will kill you with instant kill. But let's hope to another healer. I would like I would place these boys straight in the S tier. They are all amazing, but it's heal wise. They can pump. Druid can pump a lot of heals, but where is his damage? He can pump damage, but it's so annoying, and you need to focus so much, and you need to care about so many things to just do a little bit of damage that can Shaman just do with one rain placed every 10 seconds on the ground, and Shaman is doing the same damage as the Druid. But from healing wise, Druid is absolutely everything is clean with him, and nothing is problem. Obviously, instant kills, but no healer can heal that. And he's lacking interrupt. You can get, but you need to sacrifice so much talents to get there. So it's not that easy. And there's just one AoE CC you can do. Shaman can have one in every 25 seconds thunderstorm, and he also has stun totem with shortest interrupt. So there is absolutely no match with that. So healing wise is definitely even above the Shaman, but the other stuff around the Druid and M plus, eh. And with the Lizard, he can pump damage. He can pump heal. But I don't know how to say it. His heal is not like hard to do, but you need to have group that is playing a little bit like they are considering how much or how you are healing, because your main heal source, well, the Spirit Bloom is jumping very high with the new 2-set bonus. Even 4-set is good, but mainly 2-set is pumping Spirit Bloom healing to the skies. Now it's really good. But you are hitting with the temporal anomaly to spare echoes, and you are hitting with Dream Breath. So that's 2 frontals. And if your team is 3 ranged DPS, they are spread around the boss. You are hitting no one. You are lucky if you hit 3 players instead of 5 with some Dream Breath or temporal anomaly. So healing is good, but people cannot do any whatever anywhere standing. like ma- these elephant boy in the Neltarus to healing with lizard when people are not all ranged. Oh, sorry, if people are not all melees stacking under the boss, it's so annoying and difficult to heal because it's hard to hit everyone. But a two-set bonus is really compensating for that because Spirit Bloom is not caring about where people are standing. And from that point wise, it's a little bit better than previous season. But that's my only problem with Lizard. People need to stand just for you to hit them all with the frontals. The other thing, they are losing old 4-piece, and old 4-piece was pumping a lot of damage. They are losing a lot of damage for single target. They are still can pump AoEs, but they are just shoot ability, and that's it. They cannot do much anything else. But on the other side, it's really easy to do a lot of damage with Lizard because you just fire up your ability that is 30-second cooldown, and then you continue jumping around and healing people. Also, your healings are in the burst, so you can just cast few big heals, and then you can jump around and do some mechanics, stand interrupting, knocking back with the wings. You just have time for a lot of things with the Evoker because you don't need to be healing for heal. You just heal, and then you have free time. Let's call it free time. It's usually used for damage. And your passive mana regeneration is disintegrate that is pumping damage. So you are doing always damage with the lizard. And you have Bloodlust. Also a huge bonus. Definitely would be S if wasn't by the frontals. And a little bit loss of damage now that are coming with the new set. Because the previous one was I don't know, I would say like 15k DPS overall. Obviously you have like smooth run, you didn't need to heal a lot, and you did like 50k overall. That was a set bonus was definitely among the like 15% or 15k you did inside that dungeon. But that would be for the three biggest heals. What to do on this one? Oh, I'm missing the disco. Oh, it's never mind. It's here. Uh, let's jump on the lower end. Definitely Holy Priest. I cannot think some healer that is worse for M plus than Holy Priest. It's not like he cannot do it, he cannot do 20s on weekly, but like I'm playing, I don't have good gear. I have like 426 item level priest. I'm playing 5 healers this season, and I have problem to heal with the Holy Priest. Vortex Pinnacle last boss, even when it's 45. Yeah, I did it on 45. Maybe after try. But I was checking logs, I was checking everything on people playing Holy Priestess on 20s, 21s, 22s, tyrannical. And I did I clicked exactly same abilities, I had exactly same talents. I just had like 15 item levels lower. And they still heal like similar health per second as me on 17s, on 18. So I guess just people are not playing enough defensives or don't have enough damage to the spark. And Holy Priest just couldn't do more. With other healers, I could pump more, much more in that burst window when the spark on the last boss will spawn. But with Holy Priest, I was unable to heal them. They just got too much damage for too long. And obviously, you are a Holy and your damage is even if you took talents for damage, your damage is still That's my best description. Only good thing, not only, you have stamina buff, that's 5% of health, that's nice. And you have PI, that's also real nice. But otherwise, you are lacking in heals. As a healer, that's suck. And you are lacking as damage for the need for M+. And your utilities are not also amazing. You don't have interrupt. You have one AoE fear. I'm so glad they changed it. It's not 5 targets, but all targets now. So it's much more useful to CC some cast or some ability. Spitting Wormy in Underworld, for example. And obviously you have Mazi Spell, but Mazi Spell have Disco Priest too. So just play Disco. It's like plus is stamina buff, PI, and I think anything else can do any healer better than Holy Priest. And then think, not like you cannot do 20s. For 20s, absolutely no problemos if you are just playing for the weekly. So I guess let's smack the Disco Priest. Disco Priest. Where should it go? Disco Priest have PI and stamina buff like Holy Priest, but he got damage and he can do more healing in Empass than Holy Priest. Or I would say more burst healing. I'm not sure about sustain if it's better Disco or Holy, because I really hate to play Disco, so I don't have much experience. I played Disco this season, but I am really bad at it. So I cannot say about Disco from my own experience, but it's definitely better for burst AoE healing, like I was saying the Vortex Pinnacle last boss when you spawn the Spark and you need to burst for, I don't know, 10 seconds, or how much long it takes DPS to kill. So damage-wise good, a little bit lacking utilities, but you have some mass dispel that are really good for. Ultamander is absolutely really good for. What is the second one? For the dragons is holes, but you can have Shadow Priest for that. So, and you should probably get Shadow Priest because Shadow Priest is early S plus tier right now in M plus. So just get for the dungeon. I think I would play this in A if I knew how to play it. Let's call it B because it's my personal opinion. Like, I really think if I knew how to play it, it would be A. But this copy is not easy. I need to pay a lot of attention for you doing damage and to plan ahead what will be happening if you are ready for your group getting damage. You need a lot of knowledge. You need to a little bit, let's say, higher skill than others because with shaman, oh, we are getting damage. Okay, train heal. Oh, riptide. Okay, everything is healed. Not with disco fist. If your damage is not prepared, you won't heal, and vice versa. I will keep it there. Monks, paladins. What can Holy Paladin have? Holy Paladin is melee. Big minus. C. But he's bringing the aura. 3% reduction. But you probably have tank that can switch between protection aura and damage increase aura. Usually on Holy Paladin you want defense aura. So we can use our aura mastery. Like overall, well, it's bad for you to heal if you don't have melee. You need to hit something. As a little bit compensating that now we have talents we can hit targets from through there. I was playing this week with Paladin and it's really nice to just smacking the ghost who is following you and his target. So you don't care and you have range to hit him and he cannot hit you back. So you're just backpedaling and smacking the ghost and you are hitting the group. Even normally you should, like before the talent for range came, you couldn't do that. If you had the ghost, you couldn't heal because you needed to smack some target. So that wise, this is all good now. You have lots of opportunity to always heal, but you need to deal with the more mechanics because obviously you are melee. But again, you're a little bit more range is compensating, and usually you can stand just a little bit to the back. You are not hitting by some AoEs like the storm guys that are just rotating around in the hollow. Can hide hollow, something like. Sorry, I forgot the name. I like Paladin, and I'm playing him a lot. And you can play also the wings build, 2 builds there. Some build is better there, some build better elsewhere. The damage is not so bad, obviously. Single target is lacking, as with most healers. Shaman have good single. Shaman have good damage. Obviously, he have a good single. And you have also good interrupt. Good interrupt, stun, AoE stun. You can play 2 the incomparable ads because you have 2 CCs. That's huge. I guess if I would have only 3 ranks, I would give it here. But I think these 2 are a little bit better overall. than Paladin. I mean, I would probably do something like this. That's good guff for Holy Priest. Okay, let's keep it there. What else is remaining? The monk. Monk is a big problem for me because I don't play monk. I play it on Legion, and since then, on Legion it was good. It was good in raid. It was good in M plus. But then other DLCs came out, and I don't even remember if there was some season or some time, like some update in the season that we want monk healer in our dungeon. I don't remember that it ever happened. And it's hard to judge because there are so few people playing monk healer. I mean, they are so good, but because it's not so popular, you just don't see it. And maybe because it's not so popular, I don't play it because nobody would invite me. So it's really hard for me to judge monk, and I don't even know what he can do. I have some feelings, and I would rank it with C because I never seen it usually, and if I seen it, there was some bad player anyway. So, but a few days ago, we went some night in dungeon, and we obviously got a good monk. Obviously, he was from Echo, and he blasted. He almost, he almost bested me in my Blood Paladin damage, and we have absolutely zero problem with healing. It was previous week, it was 45. And I see really good logs on monks, and they are doing good in pass. So it's my wild guess. Well, just information from others and from one dungeon with really good healer. It was probably just he was pumping because obviously his skill is absolutely above the average. So maybe if he would be there in any priest, any healer, even if he would be there on Holy Priest, maybe I would be thinking, "Oh, Holy Priest is good." So it's really hard to say. But the few people are playing Wong in Plus, and you check the logs, they are doing quite good. So maybe even A, if I knew what it's doing. I really don't know. Let's keep away from the Wong. Who cares about monks, right? Nobody's playing monks. Yes, so this is N plus. We'll see the new patch coming, but it's not ready yet. You'll need to wait for that. But I'm absolutely sure of Shaman on first place. I'm absolutely sure with Holy Place on last place. These are two things I'm absolutely sure. Now, there are these four heroes that I could say, better or worse, hard to discuss. Definitely, if you have some ideas, some talk you want to say me, just put it in the comment. I like to talk about healers. I'm best playing healers. So, I definitely like to talk about them. Let's move on to the raid. That will be something different than this. Let me clear it up. So, for the raid. I would. Let's start just fast place it. Then I will be talking about it a bit more. Yeah, maybe I will change it. Holy Priest is jumping from last place to first place. That's why I was saying it's completely good to go 20s with the Holy Priest. Because if you are focusing on raid, you want to have a weekly Prime Plus and Gear Prime Plus. So farming 20s is definitely no problem with Holy Priest. Obviously, don't go with people. you cannot carry the group. You need to go with decent group on your skill level, on your gear. Because for Holy Priest to carry M plus, not really. You don't need to be carried, but you need some groups that, that they knew what is happening around them. But in raid, Holy Priest, even with new set this is also amazing. Old one is still helping, but new one is definitely amazing, especially for raid. Holy Priest is pumping. He's not the best with heal per second, but he's got good utility like regenerating mana. Uh, his mana is good on his own, so he's not. With my shaman, I can catapult my mana away really fast. I guess you can do that with priest, but like you just check a Rashok fight. Shamans have problem not to do help per second, but to keep their mana and do that help per second. So with priest, you don't have that much problems. On fight like Rashok that is 6.5 minutes long, maybe in 15 minutes fight, shaman would be better. But there's no 15 minutes fight in this raid. And obviously, priests have PIs, and if you check the, I don't know, top 10 guilds, they often have 2 holy priests. Because PIs, good healing, huge raid cooldowns. You have him, you have salvation that is absolutely amazing. New set pieces are really working good. There are also there is some little buffs to the priest on this season 2, and it's really working very great. So it's overall all good there. He his only weakness, he's not really mobile. He's not really fast, but there's not so bad fights on mobility this season. Yeah, it's not a huge deal. It was much worse previous season on movement abilities. For the others, oh, I forgot to list the monk. Yeah, you can stay there. So for the other pumpers, Lizard with the new set, with the new one. Old one is also good, but we are playing different styles. But new 2 set is it's just absolutely amazing. I think it's best 2 set bonus from every single healer. Lizard just won this one. He's pumping so much healing. Juicy. There's not to think about 2 set now. But Lizard have a really strong AoE heal. Like Rewind is just definitely best. Like the raid cooldown, healing rate cooldown. It's not defensive, it's healing one, but you can heal. With one click, you can heal the most heals from all healers. Even when you have 14 people in the raid, you are doing heroic in 40 or something like that. The rewind amount. I think my best rewind was 4.5 million. And on Mythic, I would definitely could do better, but there's a little bit less people than heroic. We went for 36 people or something like that we had on heroic. Or not 36, 26 or 30. Yeah. Well, definitely that was better rewind than on Mythic on 20 people, but still. Rewind has huge potential, and you are really fast, and you are healing a lot. Only downside of Lizard is his healing is a little bit random. I'm not saying random with the bread or Spirit Bloom, that you will be spamming Spirit Bloom in your set, but because he's targeting the lowest targets, that's no problem. That's not really random, and most healers are healing like that. But he's using Temporal Anomaly a lot to spread an echoes. And is not targeting the lowest targets when you are spreading that echo. Shield is obviously spreading to for everybody, and echo is first 5 targets hit. So if you are not changing your position, will always hit the same targets and spread your echo on the same targets. So this is what I really don't like on Evoker in raid. Otherwise, good health per second, good raid cooldowns, good mobility, good utility. That's amazing thing in raid. And the other, his friend, is Mr. Holy Paladin. You just play the wings, you smack the boss, everybody's healed. I can learn, I can teach you how to play Holy Paladin in raid. Get the damage wings built. And press the wings when you can. First lure, second lure, smack the boss when you have wings. Third lure, use your battery to blink. I forgot the name of the spell. Yeah, it's just blinking your battery to just shine your light in front of you on 5 targets. And obviously, it's Holy Shock. I teach you. It's so simple to play as Holy Paladin. You're just sticking on melee. You don't care about mobility. You are just always fighting the boss. You have two beacons. You have defense cooldown for Horate. So that is your only cooldown. So I would say only setback for Paladin is he's missing great cooldown because they took our sacrificial aura. It was last time in the alta in BFA. No, it was already taken. I think during BFA we lost sacrificial aura. Maybe on the start. Yeah, last season of Legion we lost our AoE healing ability. I mean AoE Horade healing. So this is lacking because you cannot play on 4 paladins obviously because then you have no stronger cooldown. Paladin is healing a lot and always, but you don't really have like, oh, I'm healing 700 health per second, this 10 seconds, and then I'll be chill and I will be healing on just 100. He's just healing a lot, but he don't have that much highs as other healers because they can press cooldowns. Shaman can press Ascendance with Ancestral Guidance together with Cloudburst, and he's healing hundreds and hundreds health per second during that 10 or 15 seconds cooldown window. So this is not for Paladin. But, you don't need to care. That's what I love on Paladin, right? You're just healing. You don't mind. You don't need to plan. A little bit wings. Oh, I will use it a few seconds later, a few seconds earlier. Okay, that's it. And you are just, oh, I'm fighting the boss. I'm happy. So I really like that Paladin simplicity in the raid. And he, he just got doing that. For the other guys, I would even play Paladin there because it's my main, but Paladin Shaman. But I think Shaman is lacking health per second on really intensified because you'll a little bit run out of mana sooner than other healers. Even if you pump critical a lot. I have varying in the rate 5400 critical. And I still have my issues and you need to plan a lot. With Shaman you need to just knowledge of fight and you have so many cooldowns you need to plan. Oh, I will clear this first and in this second I need to follow with these two abilities so I'm preparing for this damage. And it's a little bit more difficult to pump healing from Shaman. Obviously, I love Shaman and it's because it's my main, but maybe I'm just feeling I shouldn't put him there because I don't want to be like, ooh, I'm Shaman main, it must be high. But Shaman is really good for it. And his utility is Ballad, but who cares? You have 20 people. Definitely have Ballad. You need Mage for buff. You need Lizard for damage. Lizard damage is good one. But then, what will win be? Must be something there. Also, I think the top guilds, they usually have one Paladin. I think they have like 2 priests, 1 Paladin, and then one of these 3 healers. That's what they did to Warfreeze and stuff like that. Or second or third. Well, I'm saying top 10 guilds. Top 20 maybe. Shaman is not bad. Not good. 1 Shaman. More than enough. And obviously, all of this I'm talking about a mythic. If you are in heroic, you usually have more people or less people. And there's the healer balancing is really about how many targets. Because then when you have like Paladin, don't have AoE cooldowns. So he's healing same amount if he's healing 10 people in the raid or he's healing 30 people in the raid. He's healing the same health per second. But with the shaman or priest, holy priest that can do, holy priest have 2 raid cooldowns that will apply to every single target in raid. So it's healing much more. So this health per second and that like goodness of rank of healer is literally scaling with the size of the raid. But let's rank this depend on the mythic one. So what with the druid? Do I like it B? I think druid have best health per second from all heroes, like possible best. And thinking about Druid, I don't really have opinions about him. He can pump, he had good cooldowns, he got raid cooldown, he got innervate. Also, with Holy Praise, that I think I said it. He got a huge ability to again 50% of missing mana. Too bad is missing because that would be oh, it's too good because 15% total mana on too many cooldown, that would be whew, through the roof. Absolutely insane. So it's quite good, but on the end of the fight when you cast 50% missing mana, it's just a huge pump. And just lovely. So it's just alright. There's a lot of ticking damaging rate. It's not like big explosion, fast heal, big explosion, fast heal. Some bosses that are a big explosion, but they are still healing ticking damage, and Druid like ticking damage. Uh, he don't really like big explosion and heal it fast because then like he's just missing a lot of heals because you need to spread your hots and they're already healing, but explosion still didn't just coming in 2 seconds, but you need to prepare that. So you lose all of that millions heal just because you are preparing for a big explosion and there's a lot of ticking damage and you always heal like the Hydra are always healing whole rate is getting constant damage. And Druid is just I like this. We'll just spread my hots. Every single hot will heal probably 100% of his heal. Lots of well, you will overheal because every other healer will try to do the same. So, but overall, yeah, I won't even pop it here. Let's do this. I want to do this. Nobody will be in C. Never mind. Let's do I like this. Definitely. Holy Free is amazing. There are a lot of people, a lot of guilds are playing double Holy Priest on their mythic raid. Definitely Holy Priest is king. These are good. Or I would nah. This. But there's little differences really between the ranks. Maybe a little bit jump between priest and paladin. I really like this. With the disco priest, there's not much. We just play holy. You don't have that much health per second, and you don't really need some shields or something because there's no like big explosion. I was saying about that. You are scared to survive. You need to press defensive just so it's not one shotting you, and one shot obviously is not something that healers can do. There's usually one health per second. You don't really care about, or just as I'm saying, big explosions, and that's what is disco very good for. But in this rate, it's rather health per second than protection from damage. And Monk, he's not healing much, and nobody's playing it. And I don't know anything about him, and I don't think I played with any monk. I played with some when I went heroic with random people from my 5 out because obviously I have just 2 characters. I'm going with the guild. I definitely don't want to play heroic great whole day. All day we are playing heroic all day, but not the whole week. Just to farm on my 5 out. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I like this split. I think this is much better sorted than my M+. Yeah. One Holy Priest, he's good with everything. Lucky mobility, but doesn't matter. A little bit sometimes, but we can play around and have PIs. Paladin is just pure pump. He's just lacking a huge rate cooldown, but his health per second is good. His mana sustain is good. He can heal when he's moving. Obviously, in target, but target can move too. You know? These guys are very good, but not the best. And yeah, exactly. I would say that. Holy Priest. This Paladin. Amazing. These ones. Very good. And these guys. Eh. Bad. I will even say bad. Anyway, just let me know what you think about this. My sorting of healers. Don't take it seriously, obviously. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And goodbye.